Recording in progress.
Right, I'll welcome everyone to the April Ōtorohanga Community Board meeting. Not sure how that's happened so quickly. Apologies, no apologies today. I think we've got a full everyone. Still have Kat, Rodney and Ellen on Zoom, which I believe is still covered under the legislation that was put through for COVID. No later items. Is there any confirmation of, is there any declarations of conflict of interest in regard to any items on the agenda today? No? Public forum, today's meeting is still public excluded, but it's being live streamed, so there won't be any public forum today. And confirmation of minutes from the 3rd of March 2022. We have a mover and a seconder that the March minutes be received. Councillor Christensen. And do we have a seconder for those minutes to be received? Thank you, Councillor Dowd. Is there any, all in favour?
Aye.
Those against? Thank you. Is there any issues or matters arising from those minutes? No, fantastic. Chairperson's verbal report. Somehow it's already April, which is this year is certainly trucking through pretty quick. The town seems to be absolutely pumping, chock-a-block. I know of a fair whack of stuff that's going on. A lot of real cool things that are happening in town over the next 6 to 12 months, and that's outside of that's just in business circles and whatnot. So yeah, that's going really good, all things considered, especially with all the COVID and whatnot. As per always, everybody's after staff. Doesn't matter what business or whatnot anyone has, everybody's after staff. I believe that the employment hub's doing really, really well, which of course is an initiative by Mr. Mayor. So yeah, thanks for getting that started and into town. I believe that they're doing some pretty amazing work. And then of course, talking to Mr. Graham Bunn today, the elections are coming up very, very, very quickly, with the candidates evening starting in the end of July, I believe. Start midway through July. So obviously, Mr. Buckman's not running again. I don't know what everyone else is up to, but there's going to be at least one seat open, and I'd like to see an actual election. So yeah, if general members of the public certainly start getting interested, start having to think about it, and if everybody starts shoulder tapping and whatnot, yeah, the election's gonna roll around very, very quickly. It's already April, May, June, 3 months. We're into it, so yeah, it's gonna happen very quickly. It feels like a very, very short term anyway. All right, so item number 83, Ōtorohanga Town Concept Plan, Mr.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Your Worship, members. First up, I'd like to introduce Gary Marshall from Resilio Studio. So Resilio Studio and WSP are the consultant team helping with the delivery of the town concept plan. So we've had quite a busy 24 hours with kicking off the stakeholder engagement session. So had a very full day today, and I think without exception, the people that have come along to those sessions have A, appreciated the opportunity, and B, brought real energy and passion and commitment for their community. So I've got no doubt that for the workshop session following this one, the very same energy, passion and commitment will be evident. So Mr. Marshall's happy to answer any questions about the consultant's role, but I'll just go through briefly go through the report and happy to take any questions. So touched on the engagement sessions underway. We're now looking to the next program or phase of engagement, which will kick off in early May. So the consultant team will be here from the Wednesday the 4th through to Saturday the 7th. And we're looking at doing two things. One is continuing the conversations with groups that have started last night and today. And then kicking off what we anticipate, and it's still to be confirmed, but two separate public sessions, probably on the Friday and another one on the Saturday of that week. So we're now working towards signing off on a community info sheet or newsletter that we're anticipating we will circulate to every household and business in the town. And in that will be a background to the project, the time frame, and the processes involved, or the process involved. And once we've confirmed those engagement sessions, the details and locations of those. So we're looking at getting that out within the next 2 weeks. So that should give us around 10 days or so before the start of the first of those engagement sessions. And then Nadia and Karen are looking after the comms side with getting a dedicated web page on our website for the project, and then looking at dovetailing in work around social media and promoting the project that way. So one of the things that we will be doing is, if people cannot come along to one of those sessions, there'll be an online survey. So what we're wanting to hear from people is things like their aspirations or vision for the town, any issues or opportunities that they see. So people can come along to those sessions in person, share that information, and we're asking the same information through the engagement sessions now. But equally, if people aren't able to make one of those public sessions, then there's still an avenue for them. And for those that may not be comfortable operating in that online environment, we'll have hard copy survey forms for them to complete as well. So, and just to finish, we've had 2 members of the advisory group withdraw. So one, she and her family are actually moving out of the district, and the other is just completely snowed under with work commitments. So, so maybe, Mr. Chair, I can have a chat with you around whether it's appropriate to look to others that were on the nomination list to add them in, or whether we, now that we've started, whether we kind of keep going with the group that we've got. So I'm happy to answer any questions about the report and the project process. And if, as I've said, if there are any questions around the consultant team, then Mr. Marshall, I'm sure, will be only too happy to answer those.
Right, we'll open it up to the floor. Any questions, queries, or comments from anyone?
I had the privilege of being here for an hour and a half today, so I've had it explained pretty well, and but they were great sessions. So thanks, guys, for that. You and the team, all of you. Yeah, so certainly answered. Well, not that I had huge questions, but certainly opened my eyes to what's going on out there, and it's a robust process, and I love about it. It's well documented, well tracked, every timeline marked, and yeah, looking forward to seeing it worked out. Thanks.
Anyone else? No, I'd just like to make the comment that it's awesome to see that it's still on track. I'm not entirely sure how you guys have managed to keep it on track with all the COVID and disruptions and whatnot, but very, very impressed, and yeah, very, very happy about that. Do we have a mover and a second of that if there's no further questions or comments or whatnot? Do we have a mover and a second of that be received? Mr. Coventry, Ms. Christensen. All right. Thank you very much there, Mr. McNeil. Board member updates. Start off with the ones in the room. Oh no, we'll go to Zoom first. Mr. Rodney Dowell.
I haven't got much to say this month, to be honest. But like you, Mr. Chair, it's gone a bit fast. So yeah, I'm just trying to think I need to write a diary down a bit better, but yeah. I'm home and it has a COVID context at the moment, so I guess it's going through the town. So yeah, no, nothing really much to report at the moment. Thank you.
Mrs. Brown-Murin.
No, nothing. I don't know where the last month went. It's just flowing by. Yeah, it is good to see the town pick up again. So it's good to see people out and about, and yeah, that's it.
Mr. Coventry.
Yeah, unlike the rest of you, I know where March went between 10 days isolation with COVID and 2 weeks leave. That counts for it all. And now here we are. COVID's not a whole lot of fun, but not as bad as I was expecting. So that was good news. I came through it kind of. Yeah, the only thing I've got to report, I wasn't at the last meeting, so I didn't hear about it, but came walking up Mountain View Road the other day and found there was a little bench tucked away under one of the trees, and I didn't know it was about it. So it's a pretty cool bench. I haven't had to use it yet. I can get to the top of the hill without a break, but apparently men's shed put it in, and yeah, good on them for getting that in place. Other than that, all good.
Yeah, sorry I didn't let you guys know. Jared did mention it to me. The men's shed has built it. I believe, no, Jared's not here, but I believe they may have built a couple for around here and there. In Mountain View Road, that little tree and whatnot was identified as one of the next spot for it. It's an amazing view. I certainly know that for a fact. And yeah, I can tell you now, a lot of people do actually park up on it. So yeah, it's quite neat just to add a little bit of something just here and there around the town and whatnot. But yeah, Mrs. Christensen.
I think we should just switch back to Kat. She forgot to say something that we're both doing, but I think she'll explain it better.
Kat.
I did forget, sorry. So we're currently working on something for Matariki for Ōtorohanga. It is in the early stages of it. We do have a put together working group. We're just trying to figure out the details of it now. So we're looking at utilising the area down Rotary, the Friday the 24th and Saturday the 25th, holding some stalls down there, weaving, kai. Yeah, but it is very early stages at this stage. It's an idea that come about through one of the others through the public who brought the idea up last year, but because what happened during all that time, it didn't progress, and it's just been brought up again, and just seeing if there's any interest in town. I think that's it. Any more, Katrina?
No, that's all good.
Yeah, fantastic initiative for you guys. Certainly looking forward to it, and should be interesting and fantastic little bit of something. Right, if nobody's out, His Worship the Mayor, is there anything that you'd like to update the general public and board on?
Probably a couple of things I'm still working on the Rural Water Schemes Technical Working Group, going through that space in terms of how our farming community is affected by the water regulator with Te Mata Arawai. That they'll be ongoing for the next couple of months. We're having had Zoom hui probably every couple of weeks up until now, and that I won't say it'll accelerate, but they may come in person over the coming weeks. Mayor's task force work has been incredibly busy at the start of this year. We're still extremely frustrated with Ministry of Social Development and the ministers themselves, in fact, that we still have no confirmation of funding for the 22-23 fiscal year yet. So I've got 29 councils all holding thumbs, hoping that the money comes through from MSD, and it's really difficult because we're losing staff around the country because of the uncertainty around their futures. Yeah, a bit of a challenge, a bit upsetting. Still working quite a bit on the youth to training and employment part of the Waikato plan, which I co-chair that. And that just kind of links into the Waikato plan in general, in which I'm the deputy chair there. So there's a bit of work going on outside of what we're doing on a daily basis in Ōtorohanga and Kawhia communities. Otherwise, all good.
Thank you very much. And with that, we'll declare the meeting closed. Awesome.